Hello and welcome to the Week in Review, a compilation of your weekly headlines. I'm Chad Roderick. Now we start with School District 51. They will be receiving a little over $2 million, which had been in limbo up until just about a week ago. Kyle Kawamoto spoke with Superintendent Dr. Brian Hill to get the details.
When you're that close to the start of the school year and you're planning on these funds coming in, and a lot of those funds are tied to staff, it was it was not a good situation.
Last week, School District 51 was facing a $2 million deficit in their budget, and as of July 25th, the funds were released. Superintendent Dr. Brian Hill tells me although it was a sense of relief, they are not completely out of the woods yet.
But now that those funds are coming through, we're feeling a little bit of a sigh of relief, which is good. But I would say it's cautiously optimistic because we have to know that this could happen again next year, or potentially maybe these funds aren't allocated to school districts for next school year. So
Dr. Hill discusses the migrant education program, which was nearly $900,000 of the total $2 million in funding. Some hubs have already shut down their programs due to not receiving expected funds. Some of the money supports after-school programs and goes to community partners for preschool programs. Additionally, funding is allocated for staff professional development.
But each of those funds, they fund specific programs, so we can't use that money just for anything. It has to be used for these specific reasons, and so now we can keep that money in our budget and fund those programs that are, at the end of the day, are going to support students.
The superintendent says the migrant education program was the highest out of the funds because it is serving 20 districts on the western slope and involves high costs, including paying for staff who travel long distances to meet with families. This makes the dollar amount larger than the other title funds. But the district is only using the money for specific programs.
And these title funds, they're allocated for specific uses. We don't receive that money and then we can go use it for things like salary increases and stuff like that. It can only be used for specific reasons, and it's used for programs again that directly impact some of our highest need students.
Kyle Kawamoto, KREX News.
Now, emergency responders in eastern Mesa County leap into action this evening after a business caught fire at a gas station. Now, this happened at around just after 2 p.m. Multiple fire agencies, including Plateau Valley FD, Palisade FD, and DeBeck FD, responded to the fire in Colburn, located on Colorado Highway 330. Now, a viewer sent this video in to us of the Bent Pickle Diner engulfed in flames next to the Exxon gas station. Now, neighboring structures were evacuated while firefighters battled the blaze, and Highway 330 was closed in both directions while crews fought the fire. And we have new information in the investigation of ICE's highly publicized detainment and arrest of Caroline Diaz-Goncalves. Mesa County Sheriff Todd Rowell released a statement taking full responsibility and even apologizing to Ms. Goncalves. The announcement is prompting responses from officials statewide. Ariana Boss reports.
Investigation is complete, but the story is far from over. On Wednesday morning, Mesa County Sheriff Todd Rowell announced the administrative review into the ICE detainment of Caroline Diaz-Goncalves has concluded, and apologies, he says, are in order. Rowell states in part, quote, "As Mesa County Sheriff, I take full responsibility for this incident. Based on our findings, the Mesa County Sheriff's Office should not have had any role in the chain of events leading to Ms. Diaz-Goncalves' detention, and I regret that this occurred. I apologize to Ms. Diaz-Goncalves." The 19-year-old nursing student from Utah was arrested on June 5th following a traffic stop in Fruita. Mesa County Deputy Alexander Zwink, who pulled her over, is alleged to have unlawfully shared information with ICE in a group chat, leading to her detainment and subsequent 15 days spent jailed in a detention center. Zwink is one of 5 Mesa County officials receiving disciplinary action. According to Rowell's statement, he has been placed on 3 weeks of unpaid admin leave and will be reassigned to patrol. The other 4 officials involved were given punishments ranging from unpaid leave and reassignment to counseling and reprimand. The sheriff's statement comes on the heels of a lawsuit announced by Attorney General Phil Weiser on July 22nd against Zwink for his alleged illegal coordination with federal immigration officials.
Unbeknownst to the driver, the sheriff's deputy took a picture of her license, uploaded it, along with personally identifying information, to a signal chat.
Rowell criticizes the suit, saying he was, quote, deeply disappointed by the announcement, and even accuses Weiser of unfairly singling out Zwink when, he alleges, Colorado State Patrol troopers and other law enforcement agents engaged in similar conduct. A spokesman for the Attorney General's office says in part, as the Attorney General said last week, other law enforcement agencies are under investigation for a pattern or practice of civil rights violations. The Attorney General has a duty to enforce state laws and protect Coloradans and will continue to do so. A statement from Colorado State Patrol Chief Matthew C. Packard says in part, we respect Mesa County Sheriff Rowell's corrective actions, but believe his judgments regarding the patrol are misinformed and premature. The patrol remains committed to transparency in this process. We also reached out to representatives for Carolyn Diaz-Goncalves and have yet to hear word. Ariana Boss, Fox 4 News.
And the Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park has been closed since July 10th. Nearly 3 weeks later, the north rim of the park will reopen Wednesday to the community and visitors. Kyle Kawamoto has all the details.
Because there was a lightning strike over there, but that fire has been contained and is declared out. And so nothing over there is burned, so everything over there is opened up.
Starting Wednesday, the north rim of the Black Canyon of the Gunnison National Park will reopen to the community and the rest of the world
Put a dust devil up there.
since its closure earlier this month. But keep in mind that the south rim is still closed until further notice.
We were really fortunate where that lightning strike occurred. It occurred between the canyon wall and a road, and it was sheltered from the wind much more than the south rim fire was.
West says the north rim is reopening after fire crews tested the burn site to see if there's any danger to firefighters or visitors, as well as to see if there's a chance of a fire starting from the south rim over to the north rim.
What a lot of parks will have active fires and still open up parts of the park, and that's what we're doing here. The difference is between the south and the north rim is that the fire, we feel very confident the fire will remain on the south side. And we know the fire on the north rim is already out.
But I was able to ask how the park will be monitoring visitors. West mentions that the park is divided by a river that would be difficult to cross. They would also encourage others to stay on the north side. Regarding the south rim opening, there is no scheduled date. As of Tuesday, the fire was mapped at 4,232 acres and 41% contained. Crews are looking into different factors such as the severity of burn spots.
The hydrologists are out there modeling the watersheds, looking at soil burn severity, looking at any runoff, and then we look at values at risk on the landscape. So a value at risk could be a structure, it could be a prehistoric site, threatened and endangered species habitat.
So all the small businesses that cater to visitors, we understand the kind of position they're in, and we want to do everything we can to get the park open as soon as we can make it safe for the public.
Kyle Kawamoto, Fox 4 News.
Now, the Grand Junction Regional Airport is looking into getting a new makeover, a decision approved by the board on Tuesday. Kyle Kawamoto has all the details.
The Grand Junction Regional Airport newest improvements are about to take flight. Just recently, the GJT board approved 4 new items, 2 of which are related to expanding the parking lot.
We're eager to expand that to just alleviate the congestion we sometimes see in our parking lot, and in particular, we want to make sure that we have more parking available to passengers before the holiday season.
Padalecki says the parking lot expansion project is expected to cost around $3 million, including $2.4 million for construction, additional design, and soft costs. A state infrastructure bank loan has been secured to fund the project, and the project is scheduled to take 3 months to finish.
This year, we have a project planned to use that $1.3 million in grant funding we were awarded late 2024 to really focus on the cab of the towers.
Built in the 1960s, the Air Traffic Control Tower is another project that will see improvements. The project aims to modernize and improve the air traffic controller's area by enhancing comfort, replacing the roof, and providing better access to important equipment. While the design work is complete, the construction contract awaits FAA approvals. There is an estimated $10 million worth of work needed to extend the tower's life by 20 years, expected to take a few months.
The air traffic control tower is such an important amenity at the airport. It's a huge safety enhancement, and there are a lot of airports in the Western Slope that don't have air traffic control towers.
The airport recently adopted a new logo, and the board approved new wayfinding signs and an updated sign at the roundabout on Horizon Drive to display this new logo.
At a small airport like ours, sometimes it feels like, oh, signage isn't important. It's pretty obvious, and that's true for a lot of local travelers, but for visitors, they get here and they really want to see those signs and know they're going the right way.
Kakamoto, Fox 4 News.
With billions in funding from the Department of Education still frozen, programs focused on adult learning are facing an uncertain future. Bryn Lewis has more on the impact on our local library.
There's a lot of questions, there's a lot of unknowns, and certainly uncertainty.
In late June, the Trump administration announced funding from the Department of Education would be frozen while grants are reviewed. Those grants help fund adult education and literacy services, among other things.
Our Adult Learning Center, which has been in action for over 36 years, started a federally funded grant program in 2018 that hires instructors to teach GED prep classes for adult learners in our community.
Mesa County Library's Executive Director Michelle Boisvenu-Fox says the freeze has put their Adult Learning Center in limbo.
We've gotten no word of funding. We don't know how much, if there's going to be a reduction in the funding. It makes it very challenging for us to plan. It makes it very challenging for our instructors to figure out their life and what their work is going to look like.
She says the library has enough funds to cover the program through the end of 2025. But beyond that,
we are in the very early stages of figuring out what our budget is for next year. So while we're able to cover them for the rest of this year to help give them some stability, we don't know what the future is.
With the freeze being in year 2 of a 4-year grant cycle, the library is already considering other ways to fund the program.
What are we able to cover with donors? What are we able to cover if businesses are able to step up and help us in that way? What do partnerships look like in the community and who we should be talking to?
Boisvenu-Fox says the impact of the Adult Learning Center can't be understated, and neither can its potential loss.
They go on to certification programs, they go on to college, they might work with the Business Incubator Center and start a new business. They're looking to improve their families. They're looking to improve their ability to earn and their ability to make dreams come true and their ability to make their children proud.
Bryn Lewis, Fox 4 News.
For ways you can help the library's Adult Learning Center, visit westernslope.now.com. All right, that does it for the Week in Review. Make sure to tune back in every Friday for a summation of your weekly headlines. I'm Chad Roderick.